Hello and welcome to Chubby Pug Yarn podcast. My name is Emma and I'm a Swede living in Norway. And this is my little crafty corner on YouTube where I talk mostly about yarn and knitting, sometimes spinning and crocheting, but most of the time knitting. I have actually recorded this once before, but I forgot to put in the microphone. So now I'm trying again. It's been some time since I recorded. For those of you who has been hanging around, you know that I have been in surgery. I'm doing a lot better now. And I can talk more about it in the end. So if you're just here for the nitty things, you can see that first. And then if you want to know my health update or family update, you can just hang on to the end if you want to. So I have some crafty things around me, both finished things and some work in progresses. I have quite a lot of finished objects that it's not here anymore since it has been Christmas, and some of the gifts were given away. So I have pictures to show you. So I have been good in that regard at least. So yeah, I have a fire going, so it's toasty and nice in here. It's in the middle of the day. I just had lunch, so I thought I should take my little time I have after eating before I need to rest to record and hang out with you, because I miss recording and talking to you guys. So yeah, yes, let's get on with it, I guess. The big finished object that I was almost finished with last time I recorded in October is this sweater. So this is the Noa Sweater, a design from Sandnes Garn, the Norwegian yarn brand. It's oversized with long drapey sleeves. I made this in Sandnes brushed alpaca, like brushed alpaca, in the colorway Blackberry, and Sandnes, do you say chunky ballerina or ballerina chunky? No, chunky ballerina mohair, I think it's called, in pale iris. So that's the lighter color. The Blackberry brushed alpaca yarn the color is discontinued, so you can't get it anymore. I had to hunt down a couple of skeins from one of my local yarn stores because I really like this color combination. I have used it a lot before the snow arrived. It's very warm, but since it's oversized and very airy, it still gets some air in it for me, who easily runs hot. So I have used it outside quite a lot. And yeah, quick knit, big needles, and it has been really fun because I have gotten so many kind words and compliments about this sweater when I have been using it. Not only from knitters, but from regular people on the grocery store and the pharmacy. People working there say, "Oh, you have a really lovely sweater. It's a very good color on you, and have you made it yourself?" So it has been very positive for me to get those very positive interactions as well, which it was unexpected, but it's really nice. So yeah, that's my biggest finished object. It has been not pilling, but it has been losing some of the I think it's the mohair yarn that's having some strands falling off, but it looks really good even though I've worn it a lot already. So just the first weeks, when I was sitting in the car, I had some loose purple strands of mohair flying around, but it's gotten better with use. So I think it's stabilized now. And then the one thing that I don't have with me, that I can show a picture of, is the hat that I made for my oldest kid. The pattern is Tula Mohair. It's a hat pattern from a Swedish designer, Katarina, that goes by Hagenhuset. I have made some hats and accessories from her before, and sweaters. She's a really talented designer that I really enjoy making things from. So when my kid wanted a K-pop demon hunter hat, I took that pattern. It's really nice because it has a folded brim with ribbing on the inside, so it works really well with the fit around the head. And I ordered a sewing patch with the tiger from K-pop Demon Hunters movie that I sewed on the front, and that hat has been used every single day since I finished it. So it was really fun to see how good accepted it was. So I made it with yarn from a Norwegian indie dyer called Lille Rille. So I used her base called Månstråle and Silkemyk Mohair. So yeah, that was a very fun project. And then I have some that I can show you that I actually have here. When the temperature dropped quite a lot, I realized that both my kids had grown out of the thick wool socks. So I looked in my stash and I found an Aran Weight Svarta Fåret socks, I believe it's called. It's a Swedish yarn brand, and this is like a worsted or Aran Weight sock yarn. And it's a quick knit. So these are the small ones. These are a size European 25 approximately. The little one wasn't very happy about the colors because they are not pink or purple, but the winter overalls. Do you say overalls? Like with sleeves and legs, outerwear. The one she has inherited is in yellow and black. So I said that these ones are matching her winter suit. So she accepted them either way, so she has been using them. Right now it's not as cold outside. It's approximately around 0 or perhaps -2 degrees Celsius. So very mild weather for being January in around here. I have a window right in front of me, and there's some really lovely birds going to our food dispenser, like birdseed dispenser. So I'm getting a bit distracted. I'm sorry. But yeah, made a pair from the little one, European size 25 approximately, 25 or 26. And then I whipped up a pair for the older one as well. So these are approximately a size 35 European. So even though the oldest one is 7.5 approximately, it's a big feat. It's a big feat. It's from my side of the family. So European size 35. And all of this was from one skein. So they have the bigger skeins. I believe it's 150 grams in one ball. And also I think they have 100 grams. But yeah, don't quote me on that. But they have bigger balls as well that you can get. So I get 2 pairs of socks and just a little tiny scrap. So it was a really good thing to be done with. And then I finished for Christmas a hat for my brother. I wanted to make him a hat, and I knew he had a green jacket, like a winter jacket that he uses, so I was looking for some green yarn, and I stumbled upon the Line and Novita, not Norwegian, the Finnish yarn brand. They made a collab and produced 2 bases of yarn, one DK and one fingering. So the DK one I ordered one skein of, and I knit a Muntra hat. So I can show a picture of it. It was the perfect green color, and it was a really nice yarn to work with, and the green color, I think it was Pine Forest. It was a really lovely green, and the wool was very nice, and I was tiny bit worried that it would be too, not scratchy, but no, too non-soft for him, since he is not very used to like the rough wool. But it wasn't. After washing, it was really pleasant, and he got it for Christmas, and he was using it all day outside when we were out taking walks with my kids and stuff. So I think it was a very successful gift, and I could really see myself make some other things with that yarn if I can get a hold of more of it, because it was really nice. Yeah, and then I have a quick knit I did after my surgery. I applied to join a test knit for Lotta Lötgren. So this little scarf is called Skarv, which is like a play on the word in Swedish, because skarv is a bird, and it's also the word for when you are like connecting 2 pieces of strand, for example, or strand. Yeah, I like a strand of yarn. If you tie it together, that's skarva. Or if you have string that you need to make longer, skarva is the word for it. So skarv is a fun word play. And this little scarf I knit up really quickly. Mine is made in Spin Cycle Dream State. So it's 2 different colors. You start in one end and you stripe it all the way through, and with the Spin Cycle yarn you get the variegated effect. The colors I used was Good Omen and Rosy Maple. So it's a really nice little scarf. My oldest liked this a lot, to use around, to tie around his neck like this, to protect from snow while out playing. So that was a really fun one to make. It was really quick. I think I used 4.5 millimeter needles or something like that. So yeah, and the color variation is really nice. It was my first experience with the Spin Cycle yarn, but it was very pleasant. It's a bit of a dry feeling. It's not like rustic, but it's a dry feeling, and that's a feeling I really like with yarn, I have found out. I have a similar feeling when I'm with I have a neck warmer in the Rerum Natura Gilliatt, the thicker one, and it has the same feeling, and I really like it. It's really pleasant for me, at least. Yeah, so a lot of finished objects, and then I have actually made some mittens, actually 3 pair of mittens. It started with that one of the teachers in kindergarten asked me if I could make a new pair. When my oldest was quitting kindergarten, starting school, and the younger one was moving from the small kid department to the older kid department. They have a split, so when you turn 3 years old, approximately, you move from like the small kids to the bigger kids, and so you have different toys and different activities and things, so it's more age appropriate. So she was going from small to big department, and he was going from big department to school, and I made mittens. This is 3 years ago soon, 2.5 years ago, and I made like 12 or 13 pairs of mittens, and one of the teachers that got a pair recently lost hers and asked me very kindly if I could make a new pair. So I took my daughter to pick up some Rauma vams, and I made a pair of Speedy Spunni mittens. So I can show a picture of them. That's one of the chunky mittens from the Mitten Club by Skander Knits from several years ago. I have made a lot of pairs of both the Speedy Spunni, which is the one I made now, and then I also made a lot of the Speedy Selbu, like the more traditional pattern for Norwegian mittens. And I made a pair of those to my GP as a Christmas gift, because she was quitting her job, unfortunately, so I wouldn't meet her in the new year. So I wanted to show my appreciation, and I whipped up a pair of mittens in the Speedy Selbu pattern. And when I was done with that, we got a message from the school that one of my oldest kids' teachers was retiring, and I asked my kid if you want me to make a pair of mittens, and the answer was yes, please make a pair in red and white. So I made a pair of that too, but unfortunately I forgot pictures. But yeah, it's the same pattern as the first pair, Speedy Spunni. It's a really nice one that I really like. And that's all of the finished objects from October till now. And yeah, then perhaps I should just move on to my works in progresses. I have some small and some big. I can start with the small one, I guess. As the sock knitter I am, I'm always working on a pair of socks. One of the needles got away. There. So I'm working on a pair of socks for my youngest. These are like Christmas yarn, but since we use the wool socks all winter, they can be Christmassy. It's fine. So yeah, I have made a heel flap and gusset, and I have picked up the heel flap, so I'm going to decrease and make the foot. So this is the first sock. This yarn is a Swedish one called Järbo Junior Raggi. So it's 400 meters on 100 grams. This is Christmas edition, and it's the color 68444. So yeah, I have one of my local yarn stores here in Norway that actually have some Swedish yarn from time to time. So I picked up a skein to make some Christmas socks. But it won't be for this Christmas, it will be for next Christmas. But it's fine. We use wool socks many months of the year, so just need to put on my protector. So these are in my go-to out and about bag that I'm using. And then I have another one that you haven't seen before, since I casted this on in December. The Swedish yarn brand Järbo, which the sock yarn was from, they have like a mystery knit along for Christmas mittens every year. My mother has joined before, and I have been tempted but never done it. But this year I threw myself in there to make a pair of mittens. So I got to try new yarn, which was fun. This yarn is from Sandnes, since I don't get the the recommended yarn I can't get here. So I tried something else. So this is a new yarn from Sandnes, perhaps this way, called Atlas. So it's completely new, and it's with 70% lamb's wool and 30% merino. And it's produced in Norway, so it's really nice. It's 108 meters on 50 grams. So I have this green and this light gray. It looks off-white in the screen, but it's light gray. And I actually finished the first mitten. It looks like this. This mitten is a tad too long in the fingertips. There was a chart for making it shorter, but I have quite long hands or long fingers, so I thought it would be fine. But it's a bit too long. But my plan is, when I have the second one, is to slightly felt them, like roll them up in some soap to make this part shrink a bit. I hope that will be enough. So yeah, it's a thumb gusset. It's a tiny tree, and it's a moose and a reindeer. And there's a Latvian braid. Mine is in green and dark blue. So I'm almost regretting making it with a light background color and a dark contrast, because, well, like, it would be nice if I had a dark mitten with the light details, with like the moon and stars. But perhaps I should make another pair. I don't know, we will see. But this is how far I got with the second one before I just threw it to the side. So I have started on the moose, and I'm using 3.75 millimeter needles. And as you can see, I'm a DPN girl. And then the last whip, it's almost done, so but I wanted to record while I still had energy, so rather than finishing this up. This is a test knit, also for Lotta Lötgren. She has a yarn store and called Elk Market Yarn, and she dyes yarn under the name of Sägen. I can show you the labels for this project first. So I'm combining her silk mohair. Let's see, this is her label, Sägen, and the base is called Basilisk. Marans nut is this purple colorway, and I'm combining it with Fiber Company Lore. And this is a new to me experience, and I'm very sad to hear that they are going to quit making yarn. Yes, when I tried it out, I really enjoy it so far. So it will. I thought it could be a staple for me, but if they're quitting making the yarn, I can't get anymore. But it will be fine. I will have this cardigan as a nice memory. So. To make the short story longer, Lotta made a design last year with a vest called the Pettson vest, and it's from inspired by a character from Swedish children's book series, which I loved as a kid, and I love reading them for both my kids. They had also computer games with the same characters. They are really lovely, and the books are amazing illustrations. The author also drew all the illustrations for the books, so he's really talented. But anywho, I really like the vest and like the theme of it, but I'm not a vest person yet, at least. But then I saw an application on Instagram for the cardigan version, and I threw myself at that and applied to make one, and I was lucky enough to do it. So here is my cardigan so far. I have just a bit of the cuff on this one left, then I'm done. So it's knitted with a, I think, do you say European shoulder construction? So you cast on the neckline and you knit back and forth, and then you shape the shoulders. Let's see on the back if you can see. So you get this line between the front and the back. It's kind of hard with dark yarn when it's not that light outside. So you get this really cool detail. And with this one as well, you knit it with the reverse stockinets on the back, and then with the regular stockinets on the front. So I'm holding the two yarns together. So here you have the front, and you pick up and knit the bottom band afterwards. So yeah, and then the back side is reverse stockinette. And I'm combining the lore and the Sagan basilisk and knitting it on 5.5 millimeter needles, and the ribbings on 4.5. So it's quite a quick knit. I cast this on let's see, on Christmas Eve, I think, and I'm almost done. So I have a deadline for 10th of February. I can also insert a video of me trying this on. When I recorded this podcast without the microphone, I also recorded a piece where I tried on the sweater. So you can see that I have knitted quite a bit the last couple of days on the sleeve. So that will hopefully be a finished object next time I record. But I need to figure out the afterthought buttonholes and things. So I'm looking forward to try something new. Yeah, that's all I'm working on at the moment. I had a plan to make like a wrap-up video for 2025, but I think that would probably need to be a separate video if I'm doing it at all. Like 2025 was kind of a rough year for me, so perhaps it's more of a good use to like move ahead, to focus on the future, I think. But we will see. You will notice if it will pop up a video, hopefully, the next time I record something. Otherwise, I have plans to dig up all the yarn for my Make 9 projects, because I have made a Make 9, both one with 9 new cast-ons that I want to do, and 9 of my UFOs that I want to try to finish during 2026. So I'm thinking about making a video about that and like show you the yarn and my plans. If you think that's a good idea, you can please let me know. Or if you have any other wishes, do you want me to talk about a specific theme, or if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below and I will try to record it with you. It's really nice to have conversations and just not talk to myself. Yeah, and that's all for the knitting and crafty things, and I can just give you a quick like health update, I guess, before it gets too dark. I had my surgery for my colon cancer in November. It was kind of a rough time. It took longer than expected to get out of the hospital, and when I got home I was in quite a bad shape, and I haven't been allowed to lift things for 2 months, so I have been walking around like a princess, not being able to carry my cat or carry firewood or anything, so I have been relying on my very nice family that have been taking turns traveling from Sweden to help out with the kids and all the things. But yeah, it went. We managed to go through all those weeks and weeks of not being able to carry things and having trouble with the eating and all that. It was quite a circus, but we made it through. I got the good news right before Christmas that I could travel home because I have been on like not a travel ban, but they didn't recommend me to leave Norway and leave the area, since the hospital I'm like known to, where they know about my condition and what medications I have been on and all the things. They didn't want me to travel away so I could end up somewhere with an emergency. So I have been staying in Norway for like the whole of 2025. But then I got the clear I could travel home for Christmas. So my mom and brother picked us up so we could go home, and that was a really good thing for me. And we got to spend Christmas and New Year's at my family's home. And now I'm back home without any family support. I'm allowed to carry things now, and but I'm still not well enough to work, unfortunately, because I still have some complications from the surgery, and we're trying to manage things with medication and so on. But I'm on the mend. I'm getting better, but it's going a lot slower than I anticipated. Unfortunately, I'm not that young anymore, so I don't heal in 2 seconds anymore. But I'm getting there. I'm getting better, and the surgeon was very pleased with the result when I had a post-surgery checkup recently. So it looks very promising for my future, and I will have more checkups during this year. But hopefully my issues will be better, so I can start working again pretty soon. Fingers crossed. I miss my work. But in the meantime, I rest a lot. I try to give my body the nourishment it needs as good as I can, and I knit and craft for the mental part of being ill. But yeah, I'm on the mend. It's good news, and I wanted to share it with you. And yeah, that's about it. I hope I will be back very soon to talk more about yarn and wool and things. If you want to share what you are working on, or if you have some theme that you want me to talk about some other time, please let me know. Take care, and I hope you will have a lot of knitting in your coming week. Bye!